Hi vlog. So I am in a very different setting right now. I am at Paris Square in Jerusalem. You can see, if you guys have ever been to Jerusalem, here is the fountain, one of the hotels around. And as you can see, there's a lot of IDF and security. You can see all their police cars. You can even see some ambulances. And the reason for that is that today there is a hostage release protest from 8 to 10, in which I am, for All Israel News, I'm reporting, covering this case. And it's actually my first time doing an on-the-field report. This place is going to be absolutely packed full of people. As you can see here, they are setting up a stage for this protest. And so I'm going to bring you guys along with whatever I can. So if this is disturbing, this type of things for you, it gets very, very heated. Just be aware of it and join me. So what they're doing now is they're actually barricading the sides of the stage. They're barricading the sides of the sidewalks. You have here MADA people, paramedics in the background. It's not meant to be like a violent protest, not at all, but just things get very heated in general. So apparently they're starting at Zion Square, and then they'll come here by, I think, 8:30. So I'm going to head to Zion Square. It's just a few minute walk from here, and then they will make their way over here.
יאמרו את השם שהם קיבלו בפתקה שלהם בקול רם. כולנו נשמע ביחד את השמות, כולם נאמרים. אף שם לא נשכח, אף שם לא נשמט. שהשבת ציינו 49 שבת. היובל, הדרור, הבשורות הטובות שכולנו מייחלות ומייחלים להם. מי שברך אבותינו ויענה לדינה בבית בניה, ליוסף בבית האסורים ודניאל בגבול האריות, אלוהי אבינו אברהם, הנתונים בקצרה ובשביה. יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני צבאות, שתפתח עמך. תן תבונה בלב העמלים לשחרורם, ורחמים בלב שובריהם. המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציא קרי, ויקוים בהם הכתוב, קול ברמה נשמע, נהי בכי תמרורים, רק נאום אדוני, ושבו מארץ אויב. ויש תקווה לאחריתך נאום אדוני, ושבו בנים ובנות לגבולם, ונאמר אמן. למען החי ורעי, אדברנה, אדברנה, שלום בך, למען
הוא אמר כל מיני דברים, לא לצאת מפה, לא לצאת מפה. את הבנת מה הוא אמר?
מה שוטר אמר?
מה הוא רצה?
שוטר אמר בהתחלה שמבין שאנחנו הולכים לכל כיתה מורית, אין לנו שום אותנו.
So I'm in the heat of it. I don't even know if you guys can hear me because it's so loud. There are literally hundreds of people here. Every single one of them is holding a hostage sign. Everyone has their megaphones. They have their drums and they're making noise. And this is the whole point. that they are making noise. They're saying we're not going to be silent because it's not too late for the 101 hostages.
ימים עד מתי תהיה ממשלת ישראל חירשת לזעקת עמה? כל עוד בלבב בנימה נפש יהודי מזרח קדימה עין לציון סופיה עוד תקוותנו התקווה בת להיות עם חופשי בארצנו
won't stop. We won't quit. We'll stay strong, won't lose our faith. Return to hope for better days.
להיאחז בחיים, לשרוד, בקושי. אבל מדינת ישראל הרפתה מהם אחיזה. הזדעזעתם? תזעזעו. אין עסקה, אין ממשלה. פעם אחת ולתמיד תתייצבו מאחורי הערכים היהודיים שאתם מתיימרים לייצג.
ונרקב במנהרות הגיהנום כבר 344 ימים! אז הם הוחזקו בתנאים איומים ובלתי אנושיים. אבל אולי אז האדרנלין החזיק אותם. אולי התקווה שהמדינה תגיע לחלץ אותם ממש בקרוב. יכולות להתקיים ביחד. ראש הממשלה שיקר! ואמור לציבור באיזה מין המטרות ההחלטה הערכית, המוסרית, היהודית. עם חברי הקואליציה ושרי הממשלה, אין לכם את האפשרות, הזכות או הפריבילגיה להתחבא מאחורי גבו של ראש הממשלה. איך אתם מסוגלים לצפות בסרטון הזוועות מהמנהרה? אתם שעומדים כאן ותוקעים בנו, אתם הנכס האסטרטגי.
Okay, guys, that was really intense. This is the first time that I've also covered anything at all, but it's also the first time that I've been in one of these hostage release protests, and it's quite insane to feel like you feel like you're a part of your people, and yet you feel sort of disconnected because you feel like there's nothing that you can do. And maybe that's the feeling that is captured here, because people feel like even though they're crying out and crying out and crying out, no one's listening. That's sort of how it feels. If it wasn't clear, I'm literally right next to the residence of Bibi Netanyahu. It's literally right around the corner. And there have been so many protests here for so many different reasons, but this one is one of those really heartfelt ones that you feel the unity of everyone coming together for quite literally strangers. Not everyone here is the family of a hostage. Many of them are just people that think, wow, that could have been me. That could have been me, that could have been my cousin, that could have been my sister, that could have been my mother. And so they're going to the streets and they're trying to raise up their voice for the people that are hostages that they don't have a voice. And the opinions here are quite, I think you can hear like the anger in their voice against Bibi Netanyahu. You can also tell that they're very, they're not even cautious about how they say what they say. There are some unpopular opinions here, but not a lot. It's not like in the States where you would have, you know, pro-Palestinian protests that they're saying that everything is a genocide. Maybe I saw one of those people here and you could tell that that person's probably a liberal. But I think also the difference is that they really do care for all lives. So they're probably more, what's that word, when you're a pacifist? They're probably more pacifist, that they just don't want any bloodshed at all. And they don't want there to be a feeling of one life matters more than the other. So to see a sign like that here is extremely, extremely rare. You also saw ones that would be against what they would call an occupation. But it's also very, very rare. For the most part, everyone here is unified along the same line, which is that they want the hostages to come back home. On a personal level, how this went for me is that it's so much more easier to, when you're like in a studio, to think about what you want to say. You have a bit more quieter conditions. So handling like, you know, equipment and stuff like that, that's probably a bit less easy for me. So maybe they'll give me, you know, a cameraman, cool cameraman to come with me. Instead of, you know, holding the selfie stick. There's absolutely no way I could do this with a tripod because there's literally, you know, no space. You have to have a cameraman to sort of do that for you. But hopefully people at home can see, you know, what's going on here, because I said it probably in the past and I'll say it again, the international media is so biased, and unless you're here, you don't know what's going on, and you have to be here to understand, and you have to listen to, you know, all the different voices, and not just the voice that is most similar to your own. Because if there are things that are biased in your own heart and you just don't know it because you're misinformed, then it matters to do the research that it takes to be a person that can facilitate peace. Because if we're not aware of the grievances of the other side, then we're not able to do peace. That's sort of my opinion. For every single one of those hostages, there are families that are fighting for them day and night, fighting for them day and night. And it's just really sad to know that, I get to go home and I think about the hostages and I pray for the hostages, and I try to do this so that everyone can pray with me. If you're not a person of faith, maybe you can do something else like, hold the love in your heart, send the love in your heart, make other people aware of it. But the fact of the matter is, I don't have someone that I know personally in Gaza. And I can't even imagine what I would do if I was one of those people. I would literally be everywhere. I would, wow, I don't even know what I would do. I would do anything to bring my loved one back. And so when people see the clashes that the hostage families and the protesters have with the police, it's one of those things that they just have such despair in their hearts. And that's not me condoning violence or aggression. But I'm saying that when you look at these crazy images of all these protests, this is what you need to remember that's going in the hearts of people, because the desperation is at an all-time high. I hope that this has been very informative to you guys. If you are not from this channel and you are new here and maybe you hate Israel, I don't hate you. I love you. I hope that you and I can have a conversation. If you want to put a question in the comments below, I'll be very happy to start a discussion with you, start a conversation with you. I don't respond to just sheer accusations, but I am willing, if you're actually wanting to understand the other side, I'm absolutely willing to talk to you about that. If you aren't new here and you've been here for a while, I want to say thank you. We're almost reaching 5,000 subscribers on this little channel. I am extremely thankful for you guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys with better news and more hostages home soon.